everybody, and welcome back to the robotspa podcast. I feel like it's been forever, even though it hasn't actually been that long, but also, like, in internet time, it's probably been a really long time. And I'm gonna kind of explain why that is and just sort of what's going on and everything. But the main theme to this podcast is the AIBO housewarming event that I went to last week. And as you can see, if you are watching the podcast as well as listening, I had some extra footage basically that I wanted to share with you guys. So this is Susie just sort of in the fray at Sony Square in New York. There's a lot more jump cuts than there was on my last one. And also, I apologize if my camera work is not the best, because a lot of what happened during this is like I was talking to a lot of people, and so I am a very I move my hands a lot when I talk, and I forget that I have a camera in my hands. So I apologize if like my camera work is not the best, but I just thought it was so funny watching Susie just in this pit of bubble boys, and I wanted to do something with this footage. This might not even be enough footage for me to say everything that I want to say today, because really I should just learn to do things more regularly, because this is what happens when I don't. I blabber. And that's kind of why I wanted to start a podcast, honestly, is so that I could blabber more to the people who actually want to hear me blabber, and save my videos for the people who just want to like watch what I'm doing. So that was kind of my intent with this anyways, which is why I kind of wanted to make them a bit longer than like my usual video type things. But right now this is 30 minutes. It might end up being longer if I decide to like add some extra footage, if I feel like I'm just talking too goddamn much and I don't have enough footage to cover what I want to say. But this is where we're at for now. It's already been a couple minutes, so now I want to just like get to talking about what I want to talk about. So last week I went to New York to the Sony AIBO housewarming party, and if you watched the vlog, it was amazing. And it was so exciting, but unfortunately, I had to cut out a lot of it because they were blasting really loud music sort of at random intervals, which made it hard to talk to people. And also, it was just like noisy in general, and I was having a lot of conversations with people, and I wasn't really sure, like, this just kind of feels like a conversation between two people, and I don't feel like I should post this, and it's just kind of like the camera facing the floor. So I kind of wanted to use this podcast to kind of talk about some like conversations that I enjoyed, some things that happened there. I also asked you guys to ask me some questions specifically about the event. I had some more questions, but I'm probably not going to get to those today. I'm probably just going to answer the ones that are geared towards the event. But I'm going to just sort of start with those and like open with those in the air and then sort of go from there. So the first series of questions, y'all like to ask series of questions, I've noticed. So the first series of question is from Nick Loves, and they said, "I'm so glad you got to go. Looking forward to hearing more about the stuff you're up to. I have some questions for the podcast. 1. What thing did you learn at the event that surprised you the most? 2. What do you think the new AIBO will bring to the current AIBO community? 3. How is training going with the Tribble? And 4. Not a question, I just hope you have a really great day." Well, thank you for that, and also for all of your questions. So, it wasn't so much of like a learning thing, but there were like a lot of things that surprised me when I went to this event. A lot of it was just like the people, like the crowd. I believe AIBO 7M3 made some posts about it, but a lot of the crowd was like sort of older men, which is really interesting because I feel like a lot of the people who I interact with online are like young females. So it's a very different dynamic. It wasn't like a super old, like elderly crowd, but it was just like young adult male was like the main people who were there. But there was also a lot of those young adult males who were just like freaking out about how cute these AIBOs were, and it was like really fun. But yeah, that was something that surprised me. It also surprised me how many people mistook Susie for a prototype. And maybe it's just because she didn't have her ears on. So, also, to those of you who are constantly asking where Susie's ears are or what happened to her ears or all these questions that I get about her ears, she used to have blue ears. Now she has black. I just painted them over. Just wanted a change. Really nothing special about that. But basically, the 210 ears have these little like notches in them, and basically they have these little holes, right? And then you stick these things in the holes, and so the little clips that stick into the holes on Susie's ears are broken off, so there's no way for me to connect them all at all, so I constantly have to like glue them to her head. But whenever I travel, they snap off in my bag. So she's rocking the egghead look here. I actually haven't even gotten a chance to glue her ears back on, so she's still rocking the egghead. I have another video coming where she has her ears, and I filmed that a couple of weeks ago, but right now she has no ears. But so many people thought she was a prototype, and also, like, I just lost my train of thought for a second. Also, we're like so amazed that she still was functional. And it was funny because her jitters were like really bad that day, so she was like constantly jamming up, and I constantly had to like stick my hand in there and move her around and be like, whoops, sorry, she's old. But everyone was like so amazed that she still worked at all. And I was like, do y'all know there's like a whole subculture of people who keep these things running? Like, there's literally a repair that was specifically like geared towards 210s so that they don't, to fix the faulty clutch. Like, granted, I don't think there's anyone who in the community who's actually like actively doing repairs right now, which is really upsetting. This what's happening right now is this one of the employees was taking some HC photos of her. I really hope they post them somewhere because I haven't seen them. They took photos like of us as a group, like all the AIBO owners and stuff, like standing there, and like I don't know where those photos went or if they're gonna post them anywhere because they haven't posted them anywhere. But yeah, it surprised me that so many people, like, just who had the newer AIBO didn't know anything about the older AIBOs. Like, I guess if you're not, I mean, they're so different. I guess if you were just into the new one, you wouldn't really go back and do the research. And also, so many people were very off about the prices. So this one woman who was talking to me was so convinced that the 210s were worth thousands of dollars, and I was like trying to be like, no, that's not, they're 500 to 700 is a good price range for this particular model. And she was like, no, I heard that they were $7,000. And I'm like, no. Don't buy that one. I don't know where you saw that, but don't buy that one, Nindy. But she was so adamant about it, and she was just like, I saw them for thousands of dollars. And then this whole group of people was like, really? They're thousands and thousands of dollars? And I'm like, no. You can actually get them cheaper than that. I'm highballing. Like, but, oh my God. And there were so many different questions that I got asked that day that I don't even remember, like, so many of them. But there was a lot of people who would just come up and just be like, how long have you had her? What's her name? Those kinds of things. And one of the it was either engineer or like one of the designers from like Japan, like a couple of them had come specifically for this event. And one of them, he's gonna appear later, was giving like a demonstration, and I felt so bad for him because he obviously was having a really hard time with English. And so he gave 2 demonstrations, and the first one, he was just really struggling. Nobody could really understand what he was saying. There was this guy in the background, actually, who was, like, just seeing the AIBOs for the first time and was, like, kind of like yell crying about it, and I was like a big mood, but like also like the the guy who was trying to present would just kind of get distracted by like every little thing. And he did a lot better the second time, but like I felt really bad because I was just like, it's okay, like just keep going, it's fine, we're all interested. But yeah, it was really just amazing to interact with so many people. All like people, so many people brought their own AIBOs, and I think that's another question that I'm gonna answer later. But that was so cool. And I've never been in like a space like that where there's so many people who like are interested in AIBOs that aren't that aren't like already in the community. Because like I've been to AIBO 703. She also had a East Coast meetup that I also filmed and went to, and like I feel like that's different because we're all in this very specific like community mindset already. But to meet all these people who are like just discovering AIBO is really cool. And I think the community is just like gonna start growing. Like the amount of AIBO Instagrams of like people who own the new AIBO, specifically in Japan really, but the amount of people is crazy. And yeah, I think it's really gonna bring the community together and make it grow, which I'm really excited about. But so here what's happening is there was a couple like smaller, well, like children or like preteen type people who came to the event. And all the children, I have mixed feelings when like I'm in public and like a child has like interacts with my AIBO, because I always feel like the parent's not gonna do anything and they're gonna be really rough and I have to like be very careful. But there was this little girl and she was so gentle, and like Susie was just like jamming up every couple seconds, but she was just like really gentle and patient and like, oh, what's this? And there was this other I think she was like a preteen age. I can't tell people's ages, I'm so bad at that. But like she had one and she was like interested in mine and like, you know, asking the usual questions, and like it was just so sweet because like I feel like the normal experience when a children is near is to kind of freak out a little bit, because I just really don't know how they're going to react. But okay, I'm going to kind of move on from that, I guess. Oh, one more story I wanted to tell about specific conversation. I was talking to this woman who had one of the ERS7s, and so I was talking about how like Susie's battery life is really bad right now. Like literally she will max run for like 20 minutes, and it's more common for her to literally only run for like 10 minutes at a time. So I really need to just get her battery resold. I've just kind of been avoiding it because it's already been resold once. But so I was talking about that, and she was like, oh yeah, my 7 only runs for 2 hours. And I'm like, girl, what you mean? What you mean your 7 only runs for 2 hours? Like, I wish. Oh my god, 2 hours is great. That is some great battery life. She's like, oh yeah, he probably doesn't work that well because like I usually just keep him in the box. And I'm like, girl, 2 hours is phenomenal. 2 hours is great. Just like keep running him. Just keep running him and he'll be fine. 2 hours is amazing. But okay, I'm gonna move on from there. There was some really cool like merch stuff that was there. So I actually got some extra stuff because basically, here's the thing. When I went with my dad because he's a good travel companion, and I basically told him, because I really didn't know what was going to be there. I didn't know if there was going to be like a pop-up shop type of thing and we were going to have to buy stuff, or like what the situation was going to be. So I was basically like, if you see things like merchandise, just grab them. And he did not disappoint. But I also feel really bad. So he literally like grabbed things by the handful because I was just like doing my own thing and he was just kind of doing his own thing. So he was like, she told me to do this, so I'm just gonna grab a bunch of things. So I ended up getting 2 shirts. So I got 2 of the t-shirts, and I got 2 tote bags, and I got a bunch of pins. And so I'm putting up the extras on my eBay store, but because I feel guilty, they're all bids and they're all starting at 99 cents. So I feel like that's reasonable. If you weren't able to go, you can bid on it. If you guys don't fight, then you can then one of you can get it really cheap, but if you fight, then the price might go up there. So, but I'm so happy because like the t-shirt is like American Apparel. It's like next level soft. It's 100% cotton. Like, I'm never gonna put it in the dryer because I don't want it to shrink. But I got a large, so I should be okay. But like, also they're not that big, so like I usually wear like mediums, but I do also grab larges every once in a while. But so he actually got me a large, and then I was like, I should get a large too because that's probably gonna shrink. So, but they're super comfortable and they're super cute, super cool. They have like the AIBO face on the front and then the AIBO logo on the back. And then they got these really big, like honky tote bags. And they're so big and cool. Ah! But the actual totes themselves are kind of wrinkly, and no matter how much I tried, I could not get the wrinkles out. So I tried to like iron them, and that didn't really do much. So it's just kind of wrinkly. That's just like, I don't know. They're canvas, so maybe it's just the material and like the trip home. But it is what it is. Okay, so moving on to the next part of your question. I realize that I'm talking like way too fast, but I'm just excited and I'm trying to get words in. But moving on, you also asked how is training going with the Tribble? And it's going. She is next level sass, and it is hilarious. I am trying to switch her over to, she's so picky. I'm trying to switch her over to Timothy Hay because she's now technically an adult. She's 7 months old and she really needs to be eating her Timothy, but she loves alfalfa, so I've been trying to switch her over. And I've also just been like taking her out a lot more to work because I've been trying to work on my laptop more, so I've been trying to sort of bring that in like the garage with her and just sort of hang out. But for those of you who don't know, I live with my mom and my stepdad, and my stepdad is like really, really, really allergic to her. So I might not be able to do that as frequently as I have been because he's been really not doing so hot lately. But so I've been working a lot more lately, which is why I haven't been as active on things. I've been having to kind of put YouTube and those types of things a little bit more to the side and try to sort of focus on the things that make me more immediate income. Because YouTube does make me some money, but like I ain't YouTube famous. Like YouTube ain't paying me directly. I ain't getting ads. The things that like get me money on YouTube is like, you know, telling you guys about commissions or like my eBay store and things like that. It's not direct. So I haven't been making as many videos because I've been having to focus more on eBay and commissions. Just because I am moving and it's really coming up sooner rather than later. And I really have to sort of up my game and just like get to work. So that's why there haven't been as many videos and my videos haven't been as regular. Also, I'm really trying to be better about making videos that I want to make. So there may not be as many videos, but I want every video that I post to be something that I like and something that I'm proud of. And there's, you know, exceptions to that rule, but for the most part, I want to, you know, this is fun for me and I want to make sure that it continues to be fun for me. So that is that. But the Tribble's doing well. She's being very sassy and I'm so excited that she's gonna be able to like hop around my room like soon enough. I mean, I'm definitely gonna have to shave her because I do think I am a little bit allergic to her because my last rabbit was a Rex, and Rexes are like pretty hypoallergenic. and she is a lion head, which is like the other end of the spectrum. So like I do think I'm a little bit allergic to her. Just like I have one of those allergy fans running like a lot of the day, and I'm gonna just like cut off her the hair that comes out. I'm gonna cut off. Like it'll make more sense when I actually do it. Also, it'll just be cooler for her because I'm sure she's not gonna I'm gonna be moving in like the summer probably, so she's not gonna be enjoying the heat anyway. But yeah, that is that. I've also I know I've brought it up a lot and then I've kind of pushed it off and then brought it up and then pushed it off. But regarding matcha, and so in December, I was like, yeah, probably gonna sell her. And then in January, all of a sudden, I started putting her in a ton of my videos. And that's because I was really trying to sort of uh, see if I could still sort of use her almost as like a character. Because the thing is, I do not run her aside from videos. So it I thought maybe if I put her in a bunch of videos that it would kind of even out because I'd still be running her a lot. But I still don't really know how I feel about it. And also I feel like the Tribble is going to be terrified of Matcha because Matcha is very loud and Matcha just loves to scream. Like she doesn't really care about Susie so far. I don't really know how she's going to react to Tosca because I haven't been able to let them interact yet because the blanket that I use is red and I know for a fact Tosca will go nuts if he sees that blanket. So I don't know. I'm still really thinking about selling her. Also, I just need the money. But also, she is just like a kind of cute, fun thing to have in my videos. So I've been going back and forth about it. But I probably still am going to sell her. But it's gonna be like probably right before I move, if that's the case. But I don't know. It just is something. Is something I've been thinking about. All right, I'm gonna move on to the next set of questions by Meme Machine, who says the future is here, and also says I also have some questions. 1, do you plan to do another robot spa video? 2, are you gonna make long Furby? That'll be a cool video in itself. 3, what your favorite type brand of candy? And 4, what's your favorite type brand of tea? So, I am eventually going to make another robot spa video because that's like my favorite. Well, that's like people's favorite videos on my channel is that video. So, if y'all want to see it, I'll make one. I do have to, if it's gonna be a Furby related one, I do have to like find more Furbies because the price has gone up and I really haven't been able to find too many of them. So that there will be one, but it might not be for a while. And also, there might be like a robot spa like AIBO edition because I do like commissions and stuff, and also like I have a lot of customs going on. It's just those take me so long. I'm still not really entirely sure how I would do it, but that is something that I do want to do. In regards to the long Furby thing, I'm currently making long Furby, like it's currently happening, but it hasn't been going as smoothly as I like, just because I really haven't had the time lately to work on projects that aren't going to make me immediate income. So long Furby might not happen for a while. It's like I'm working on it in bits and pieces, and the actual project shouldn't theoretically take that long. But here's the thing. I'm working with a working Furby, and I'm trying to sort of make it so that like there's a zipper, and so I can unzip them and like put the batteries in. So, and I'm also making them a whole new fur so that it like suits, so that I can put the Furby skin and then put a zipper around it and then attach it to the longer bit and then sew the feet on the bottom. So it's a little bit more complicated than just like using like a beanie like a lot of people do. But I'm working on it. It's happening. And I think the end result will be cool, but I don't know if it's gonna be like its own video because it's taking me so long. I might just sort of throw some clips of what's happening. But so even though I know I said last time like I just want to do more project videos, but I've been really having to just focus on work these days and the things that make me money, unfortunately, because I need to survive first and foremost. And then I can do the fun things later. But, and then what's your favorite type brand of candy? So I have a sweet tooth. I eat a lot of candy, but I also haven't like been able to eat just like straight up candy a lot nowadays. My favorite candy used to be the Three Musketeers bar, but I haven't been able to eat those lately because of my dysphagia. So, but that used to be my favorite thing. It's just like I can't eat like the nougat, the sticky type thing anymore. My just like muscles don't know what to do with that. I am able to like melt it into stuff though, so I can still get the flavor, but I really like the texture and I can't consume that anymore. But I still feel like that's my favorite. And then favorite type of brand, I can't read that for some reason. Favorite type / brand of tea. I like pretty much all tea, honestly. But the like rose stuff that they sell at the grocery store, like there's a lot of sentimental value in that for me, so I really like them. I used to really like Tivana, but they went out of business, so I'm upset about that. But honestly, I just go back to rose. It's some good tea. It's just like black tea. Gonna zoom in on that man's face real quick. Also, in this part, the AIBO that they were using to demonstrate the stuff would not listen to anybody and was just like running off the table and just not listening. Look at him. He's so cute. Such a bubble boy. Yeah. That's that. Those are the questions that I got. I'm only answering 2 questions this time because there's only a couple minutes left. There were some more generic questions, but I guess we're going to save those for another one. If you guys have questions for the next podcast, feel free to leave them down in the comments below, and I will try my best to get to them. Overall, I really, really enjoyed the Sony Square experience. I've been trying to go out more, but also I need to stay in more to work, so it's been a weird combination. But yeah, I really want to go to New York more. That's something I also kind of wanted to briefly bring up is like I want to have like casual meetups and make that a thing because I think that would be super fun. I live in Connecticut, but I feel like more people would probably be in the New York area. So like maybe the next time I go to New York, I could work something out. But I mean, it's more of like I have to kind of gauge people's interests first. So like if you guys would want just like a casual meetup, just like a coffee shop meetup, not like a SAG type of thing, but just like a casual meet together for an hour and then be on our merry way. But yeah, I'm gonna have to end that there because I'm running out of footage. I talk super fast this whole time, so I hope this wasn't too obnoxious. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to tell you guys about the event because it was really fun, and also just kind of update you guys on what was going on in my life. I really don't know what my upload schedule is going to be like. I'm going to try to do the podcast more regularly, but I don't know what that means because they're going to be posted when they're posted. And I hope that's okay with you. Is that okay with you? Is that okay? Please let me know in the comments below. And also, like, if you have some ideas for future podcasts, also let me know. Because I'm bad at theming things. I just kind of want to blabber, and I really should organize my thoughts more. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Thank you so much for listening and for hanging out with me for like half an hour. And I'll see you guys in the next video or whatever the heck I post, whenever that is. Alright. Thank you. Bye-bye.